Ladies and gentlemen, buckle up, because what just happened in Mexico has flipped the entire Formula One world upside down. In one of the most dominant performances we've seen this season, Lando Norris didn't just win the Mexico City Grand Prix, he destroyed his rivals. He crushed Max Verstappen by over half a minute, left Charles Leclerc behind in second, and took the lead in the Drivers' Championship by a single point. Yes, you heard that right. After all the hype, all the chaos, and all the noise, Norris is now the new championship leader. And the craziest part? This title fight just turned into absolute war. Heading into Mexico, few would have bet that Norris would walk away leading the standings. He was trailing Oscar Piastri by 14 points. Verstappen was still in the mix, 30-odd points back. But this weekend in Mexico was different. McLaren brought pace, precision, and confidence. And Norris was on another planet. From practice to qualifying, he was untouchable. He grabbed pole, controlled the race from lights out, and didn't give anyone a single chance to catch him. He looked calm, composed, and unstoppable. And while chaos unfolded behind him, he stayed in command like a driver possessed. The race began with pure madness. Turn 1 at the Autódromo, Hermanos Rodriguez became a battlefield. Cars went off, dust flew, and several drivers took shortcuts across the grass. In all the mayhem, Norris escaped cleanly. Verstappen wasn't as lucky, cutting across the runoff, losing momentum, and falling back behind Leclerc. And from that point on, the race belonged to one man, Lando Norris. Lap after lap, he extended his lead. 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds. It was domination of the highest order. When the checkered flag fell, Norris finished a full half-minute ahead of Leclerc. Verstappen crossed the line in third, frustrated, outpaced, and out of answers. But here's where it gets wild. That one victory didn't just hand Norris a trophy, it handed him the championship lead. With Oscar Piastri finishing only 5th, Norris now leads the standings by 1 point. 1 point. That's all that separates the two McLaren teammates heading into the final stretch. Verstappen, 36 points behind and suddenly looking human again. The man who dominated F1 for years is now the hunter, not the hunted. And the young British star has fired the first major shot in what could become one of the greatest modern rivalries we've ever seen. Now pause for a second and think about this. The McLaren garage is about to become the hottest pressure cooker in the paddock. Norris versus Piastri. Teammates turn rivals. One fighting for his first world title, the other desperate not to lose his grip after leading the standings for weeks. And standing just behind them, Max Verstappen. Watching, waiting, ready to strike if either of them falters. The balance of power in Formula One has officially shifted. So, what made Norris so unbeatable this weekend? Let's break it down. First, qualifying. Norris nailed it. Perfect lap, maximum grip, minimum mistakes. He started from pole, which in Mexico is everything. Then came race pace. While others fought traffic, Norris managed his tyres perfectly in the thin air and high altitude of Mexico City. His McLaren was flying, his confidence unshakable. The team got every pit stop right. No drama, no strategy gamble, just flawless execution. Meanwhile, Red Bull's gamble didn't pay off. Verstappen tried an undercut, but a virtual safety car wrecked his timing. Leclerc held him off. Verstappen had no answer. And then there's the mental side. Norris has looked sharper, calmer, and more mature than ever before. After the race, he said, "I kept my head down and did my job. No wild celebrations, no overconfidence, just focus." That's the mindset of a potential champion. On the other hand, Piastri's form has started to wobble. No podiums lately, a few small mistakes, and growing tension inside McLaren. If the team decides to prioritise one driver for the final races, all signs now point toward Norris. And that raises the biggest question of all: will McLaren back Lando Norris as their number one driver? They've said before they'll support whoever's in the best position to win the title. After Mexico, that's clearly Norris. But how will Piastri take it? Will he play the team game, or will Verstappen nose it? He looked visibly frustrated after the race, admitting that McLaren simply had more pace. That's not something we're used to hearing from the reigning champion. The man who once made dominance look easy is suddenly fighting uphill, and that's terrifying. Not just for him, but for Red Bull as a team. Now, let's take a quick breather. If you're still here, smash that subscribe button right now. Yeah, go on, it's free. You'll need it to keep up with what's about to unfold in this title war. Because trust me, the next few weeks are going to be insane. All right, back to business. The Mexico Grand Prix didn't just reshape the leaderboard, it sent shockwaves through the entire sport. The media's going crazy. Pundits are calling this the beginning of a new F1 era. A changing of the guard, British fans are losing their minds, Dutch fans are furious, and everyone's wondering, can Norris hold on under pressure? Or will Verstappen bounce back like the monster he is? The next few tracks will test everything. Brazil, Qatar, Abu Dhabi. Circuits that demand tyre management, strategy precision, and nerves of steel. Brazil's unpredictable weather could bring chaos. Qatar's heat will punish drivers physically. Abu Dhabi, the finale, will test who can handle pressure when the lights go down on the season. Norris may be in front now, but one slip, one misjudged pit call, one safety car at the wrong moment, and everything could change in a heartbeat. That's the terrifying beauty of this sport. It gives and it takes away just as fast. And here's something people aren't talking about enough. The effect of this win on Norris, psychologically. This is his statement victory. Every great champion has that one moment, that one race where the world suddenly takes them seriously. For Hamilton, it was Silverstone 2008. For Verstappen, it was Abu Dhabi 2021. And for Norris, it might just be Mexico 2025. He didn't just win a race, he arrived. And now the world is watching. Meanwhile, credit where it's due. Charles Leclerc drove brilliantly to secure second for Ferrari. It was a reminder that the Scuderia still lurks in the background, ready to capitalise on chaos. And let's not forget Ollie Behrman, the Haas rookie who somehow wrestled that car into fourth place. It matched Haas's best ever result and earned him driver of the day. That's the kind of underdog story that makes Formula One beautiful. In a race where giants collided, the newcomer still found a way to shine. Now, before we move forward, hit that like button if you think this title fight just became legendary. Seriously, this is shaping up to be one of the most unpredictable endings in years. But the biggest storyline is still that 1 point gap. Think about how fragile that is. 1 point means one fastest lap, one position, one mistake. It's nothing, yet it's everything. Norris knows it, Piastri knows it. Verstappen definitely knows it. And that's why every session, every qualifying lap, every pit stop now matters more than ever. There's no more margin for error. Every choice could decide a championship. So here's the question for you. Who's your pick now? Do you believe Norris can finish the job and become Britain's first world champion since Hamilton? Will Piastri strike back and reclaim the lead? Or will Verstappen mount the comeback of the century and remind everyone why he's the reigning king? Drop your take in the comments. Just 4 or 5 words. I want to know what you think. To sum it all up, Lando Norris just delivered the performance of his life. From pole to victory, flawless under pressure, calm in chaos, and now standing alone at the top of the standings. But the job isn't done. The real battle begins now. Because in Formula One, it's never about one race. It's about who survives the war. So like this video if you believe the title race has officially been turned upside down. And don't forget to subscribe for all the latest F1 stories, controversies, and deep dives into what's happening behind the scenes. If you enjoyed this breakdown, check out my latest video on the Max Verstappen-Lando Norris rivalry, where I break down how their friendship turned into a full-blown title fight. Click the video on screen right now and I'll see you there.